So we are at the Centennial Theater after a very interesting concert and under a very interesting concept, East and West. Could you give me some of your opinions about this concept, East and West? I'm here with Dr. Yaroslav Senishin from the Simon Fraser University, with Dr. James Hamilton, and with Sabjit Maharu. Dr. Senishin?
We have to make the effort to bridge all the gaps we can, especially in our modern world. This is a very necessary thing, and I believe that it can be done. And certainly these musicians, are wonderful proofs of that, and I have certainly given my humble part at the end, where I tried to bridge the gap as much as I could. But at the end of the day, these are great musics, and it's a great honor, to perform them.
Hamilton, what's your take in East and West meeting in North Vancouver?
I would say just as people from East and West meet in Vancouver and cultures from East and West meet in Vancouver, that provides a good situation for people to who are performers to perform music from these two different cultures. And Slav and I have been associating for a long time as friends. Our main rehearsal is actually to go out and hike and talk. This is actually the first time we've performed together, but our experiences together are very broad. So I'm saying when you have the experiences of different cultures together, then it fosters an environment where you can actually have the performers perform that music.
So just what was your experience in the playing together with the sitar, and from your obviously Indian perspective? How does this kind of music sound together?
I've been playing with James for a long time, probably over 10 years, and to play with Slavo in piano, I think the combination was amazing. It's something that's really unheard of, and to bring the two together, I personally have wanted to do it for such a long time, and to be part of this experience was just absolutely amazing.
Postmodernity declared the death of the author and the death of the personality. How do you, this is for you, Dr. Hamilton, how do you see the role, if any, of the performer who is a personality in the 21st century and in a postmodern world? Do you think a personality, a performer, still can have a voice?
From my perspective, the reason why we're doing this at all is because of personality of the people involved. The fact that we are interested in other cultures and we're not just narrowly focused on one aspect or one culture. I'm saying even within each culture there's a lot of complexity, a lot of variation, but my interests, my background is I'm an ethnomusicologist, but I studied music from many different cultures. I think the fact that I'm interested in that sort of allows me to explore that music, and that's what's coming out when I'm playing. I'm playing basically music from India, which is not my inherent culture, but it is something that is what is being expressed in the culture of India is something that is part of human expression. It's not what I would say isolated as those people do that. It's just those people do it in that way. What they're expressing is something that is universal in a way. I think I see music as a way of conveying consciousness, awareness, and those are principles that are universal. And the individual artists, as they're performing, they are projecting their consciousness, their awareness into what they're doing, and that sort of crosses the boundary.
More personal question: why the Romantics? I know you are inclined to the Romantics. What do you see there? Why not the Baroque?
My own repertoire spans all these periods. And in the past, I think I played more of the Baroque, the classical, and I certainly, in the last 10 years, I've been concentrating most of my efforts on the 19th century and the 20th century. I do feel there is a crisis going on in classical, Western, so-called Western music, as we defined it, that our audiences are dwindling and younger people are shying away. And so I feel a certain need to balance the program in such a manner that we can bring back more people to this great tradition. And the only way to do it really is to bring music that is accessible to them. And strangely enough, I find the 19th century speaks very well to them, and to the 20th. They relate to Bartók, they relate to, not just Debussy, but many contemporary composers. You are one of them. I know about your wonderful sonata, which I hope to play someday. And your piano sonata is wonderful. So I think the 20th century and the 19th, we haven't caught up with these, especially the 20th. It's ridiculous. Here we are in the 21st century, and people are just beginning to wake up to the early part of it.
East meets West was a fascinating experience, and I really hope that you are going to repeat it for many times. And what are the plans? Do you have any plans to repeat this experience? Dr. Centennial?
Well, we are considering that, to repeat this experience and to try it out in various parts of North America. And even the possibility, tentative plans are being laid out for the possibility of doing this in India as well. So we're very excited about it, and we're hoping that more people will, be receptive to these efforts, because the awards, the spiritual awards, are very, very great. And I would just like to say, what my two brilliant colleagues have been saying, in particular about the fact that there is a universal human expression, and this is very important. But music is what really unites us all, because even before language, I do believe, as Darwin did, and many others, Thoreau and many philosophers, that music preceded existence, music precedes language. And so there is something about music, a great, awesome potentiation that we all share, whether we know about it or not. It's in us. It's the Platonic ideal, well before we came onto this planet. So the music of the spheres are out there, and we're trying to interpret those sounds.
I was thinking about Kepler and his music of the spheres, and I was thinking that he would totally agree with you, that music preceded existence. Dr. Hamilton and Sarbjit, what are your future plans?
We have our plans that are just ongoing. We play together quite regularly, just performing locally in Vancouver. Within this context, we're interested in furthering this pursuit and doing it more. The way it works is not so much that you pre-plan things, but that you actually do it. You go out there and you work at it and see what it sounds like. Because you can sit back and make a lot of conjecture about how things will be. But once you start working at it and doing it, then that's when it starts to happen. It's when it realizes itself. It's just like I had a music teacher when I was in Montreal, and somebody said, I want to be a composer. Well, he said, well, then compose. Do it. That's what we're doing. We're doing it.